Hello there. So today I want to pose a question about swearing. But firstly, I was sitting at my window and a giant bald eagle came. It swooped down right there in front of my window, grabbed something and just went on with its business, just about its normal daily thing, and it blew my mind. I literally saw it coming and I was like, there is no way this is a seagull. So when it was about here, I was like, that's definitely a bald eagle, because I could see there were two seagulls around it, so I assumed it was a seagull and I could hear the squawking of the seagull. So I was like, that's a really big ass seagull. So it goes and it does a circle, so I'm like pulling the blinds up and it literally just nosedives right in front of my window and it blows my mind, picks something up and goes off, and I'm like, holy crap. I love eagles. I'm an eagle lover and rarely get to see them, but out here in Canada I've seen them more than you would in most places. So that was so cool. I was like, holy crap. So I snapped about it. It was awesome. But anyways, question about swearing in books. Yes or no? Yay or nay? I think, I feel like when I was growing up reading books, I realized there wasn't much swearing and there wasn't much sex. Sex is a different story, so we're going to talk about that separately in another video one day. Today it's all about swears, you know, swearing. As someone who grew up in East London and generally sweared quite a lot just because that was the environment I was in, and people around me swore. My parents didn't, obviously, and I never swore in front of them as a sign of respect and just because I'm not dumb. I ain't stupid. I didn't grow up around a lot of swearing just due to the area I lived in and just the demographic of my living situation and my friends and everything like that. And it was a part of, it's a very British thing, you know, to swear. You cunt, you bastard, you fucked hard. You know, these are things that you say. I know the C word here is apparently really bad for some reason that is beyond me, but yeah, I was like, I just grew up saying all those words and I grew up just knowing them and being okay with saying them. And I'm so happy I have this channel and I can say them because no one in my family watches anything on this channel. I don't even think they know it exists. It's great. But yeah, so do you think that we should be censoring? I understand that some of these books are going into libraries where there are children, but those children probably swear. So I'm thinking, do you think that these books should be censoring the swears out? These writers, should they be censoring what could be part of the demographic, part of the way their characters speak? Because I don't know that many super straight arrow kids that don't swear at all, but I've read so many books where I never saw one swear and I was like, this is so unrealistic, it's unbelievable. I'm swearing while I'm reading it and I'm just like, how is it possible that no one swears? Let's say this doesn't make sense. And I understand when you're writing for children, especially YA, this is a big problem, I guess. When you're writing for children, you're going to be in libraries, schools don't want to be, maybe there are books where they do swear a lot. Maybe just the books in my library weren't the ones, you know. It was probably all those banned books, they probably all had loads of swearings in them and sex and all sorts of wild things. But yeah, so I'm really interested. You as a writer, do you feel like you owe it to your characters to make them as real and 20-dimensional as they should be and as people are in real life? We're not perfect, we don't not swear, we don't not have sex, we don't not have bad thoughts. Like, do you think it's, as a writer, kids reading this need to be not exactly exposed to it, or do you think that we should be real and just like put it in there and just get with the times? It's like, I watched a video Ariel was making about technology and how writers a lot of the time take technology out to kind of keep a book relevant and not tie it to a specific time. And I'm all with her about that. Like, there should be more technology in books because it makes no sense that there are no bloody phones in books when now we've had phones for God knows how long in the world. Surely by now there are phones in books, you know? So I feel like maybe that's another thing with swearing. Maybe swear words are changing. I mean, there are some swear words that have been the same since the beginning of time. So I feel like, yeah, that's not good enough excuse. Slang changes, yeah, that it can change. Maybe in contemporary it would be easier to implement it than in fantasy, say, where it's not bound by a time. It's like its own time, it's its own world, and maybe you can make your own swears for that world. But I personally think, you know, one of the reasons I steered clear of YA was because I really wanted to write in I really wanted to be able to swear, I wanted to be able to talk about sex, I wanted to be able to talk about all the things that you go through as a teenager and as a young adult and as a 20-something-year-old or 16-something-year-old. I wanted to be able to talk about all of those, and it felt like the only way I could do that is if I pushed my books and my stories into new adult. So, is this a problem with YA? Should we have more swearing in books? Should it be allowed in schools? And how far is too far? I just wanted to ask you writers out there what you thought about this, because it's always kind of bothered me. I'm like, I grew up, for some people, they're like, oh no, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. I grew up, I never swore anything. Woo. Well, I grew up in East London where swearing was just part of the culture, and I'm thinking there are books from East London that probably don't have much swearing in them, but then I should probably read more books from East London and check that out, or maybe books from London in general. But growing up, the books I read, I did not see much swearing in. So I'm curious as to how things will change over time to represent specific cultures, specific societies, specific age groups. So yeah, just a question to pose. Have you seen a lot of swearing in young adult books? Have you seen a lot of swearing in books in general? I feel like adult books are just way more free, though you're just gonna see swearing. Even in adult books, actually, it's not really flung out there, which is understandable because swearing is not exactly a pretty or good thing to be doing, but sometimes it's like necessary, like when you stub your tongue, you're like, oh fuck, or shit, like it happens, you know, it's just part of the way. So it just blows my mind that that's not included sometimes, and that's it. Yeah, question of the day: should we be allowed to swear in books however we please, and should it be allowed to be seen by young people? Someone's just staring in my window. I hate living on the first floor because people just stare at you. Stop staring in my window. Just like walking in, just like, oh wow, there's a girl filming right there. Anyways, I'm out, guys. Bye bye, have a great week, and I'll see you very soon.